If you've ever leafed through old farmers' journals, you know they're full of secrets, tiny nuggets of wisdom passed down through generations. One trick that has consistently caught my attention is what I like to call the worm feeding technique. This simple yet incredibly effective approach can transform your garden from ordinary to extraordinary. On Soil Sage Chronicles, we're always exploring ways to enrich the soil naturally, and this one is a real gem. The concept is deceptively simple. You feed the soil microbes, which in turn attract worms, improve soil structure, and boost plant growth. Think of it as a chain reaction. Give the soil a little love, and it gives your plants a whole lot back. But here's the thing. The success of this method lies in precision and correct proportions. Today, I want to share a step-by-step guide to making your own fermented plant juice and applying it in your garden so you can see tangible results. Before we dive into recipes and ratios, let's talk about worms. I often tell fellow gardeners that worms are like little soil engineers. They aerate the soil, break down organic matter, and release nutrients that plants can actually use. Old farmers knew this instinctively. They didn't rely on chemical fertilizers, they relied on what they called living soil. The trick with fermented plant juice is that it feeds not just the plants but the entire soil ecosystem. By providing a rich fermented feed for microbes, you indirectly invite worms to thrive, and when worms are happy, plants grow stronger, leaves are greener, and fruit production improves. This is the magic hidden in those time-worn journals. So, the first step in creating your worm-feeding boost is deciding which plants to ferment. From my experience, leafy greens like comfrey, nettle, and even certain garden weeds make excellent FPJ bases. These plants are high in nutrients, easy to harvest, and promote microbial activity. If you're a beginner, I suggest starting with comfrey. It's practically a nutrient powerhouse and grows like a weed. Experienced gardeners might experiment with combinations of nettle and other wild greens to fine-tune the nutrient profile. Aim to harvest about 500 grams to 1 kilogram of fresh plant material for every 5 liters of FPJ. Timing matters too. Early morning or late afternoon is ideal because the plants are full of energy and nutrients. Oh, and be sure to chop the plants into small pieces to make fermentation more efficient. After harvesting, rinse your plants lightly to remove dust or pests. Chop them finely. This increases the surface area and helps beneficial microbes break down the plant material faster. Place your chopped plants into a clean 5-liter container. Avoid metals, as they can react with the fermentation process. Glass, ceramic, or food-safe plastic works best. Fermentation needs fuel, and that fuel comes from sugar. In traditional journals, farmers often use molasses. Molasses is perfect because it's rich in minerals and helps kickstart microbial activity. For a 5-liter container, add 1 tablespoon of molasses per liter of water. This is key. Too little sugar slows the process, too much can overwhelm it and create a foul smell. After adding molasses, pour in enough water to fully submerge the plant material. Stir gently to combine. This part is where patience comes in. Cover the container loosely to allow air exchange. Fermentation works best in a warm, shaded spot. Stir the mixture once a day. You'll notice bubbling and a sour, slightly sweet smell. This is exactly what you want. Fermentation usually takes 5 to 7 days, though warmer climates may accelerate the process. If you smell something rotten or overly pungent, discard that batch. The goal is a healthy, sour aroma that tells you beneficial microbes are thriving. Once fermentation is complete, strain the liquid using a fine mesh or cheesecloth. This liquid is your FPJ, the concentrated boost for your garden. But here's where many gardeners go wrong. Applying it undiluted can actually burn plants. For foliar sprays, dilute FPJ at 1 part FPJ to 20 parts water. This ensures leaves absorb nutrients safely. For soil drenching, a slightly stronger 1:10 dilution works well. These ratios are critical, so take a moment to measure carefully. Your plants will thank you. Now comes the fun part, putting your worm-feeding boost to work. If you have multiple identical plants, you can even run a small experiment. Apply the diluted FPJ to one plant and plain water to the other. Keep track of the results. It's both rewarding and educational. I typically apply FPJ in the morning or late afternoon, avoiding the midday sun to prevent leaf burn. For a garden of about 10 square meters, around 1 liter of diluted FPJ per plant is sufficient. Larger gardens should scale proportionally. Consistency matters. Apply once a week and watch your garden respond. Over time, you'll notice darker green leaves, faster growth, and healthier blooms. The worms will start appearing near the surface. Proof that the soil ecosystem is thriving. The real magic of this method lies in observation. Keep a simple journal of plant height, leaf color, flower and fruit count, and overall vigor. Note weather conditions, watering frequency, and any pest activity. This helps you understand how FPJ interacts with your unique garden conditions and allows you to tweak ratios or plant choices in the future. Even experienced gardeners benefit from this data-driven approach. It's not just about intuition, it's about observing real, measurable improvement. You might wonder why simply fermenting plants can have such dramatic effects. The answer lies in microbiology. Fermented plant juice teems with lactic acid bacteria, yeasts, and beneficial microbes. When you introduce these microbes into the soil, they help break down organic matter more efficiently. This activity produces nutrients in forms that plants can readily absorb, and it creates a more hospitable environment for worms. Worms, in turn, aerate the soil and distribute nutrients, completing a virtuous cycle that amplifies plant growth naturally. Old farmers understood this intuitively. They observed that their gardens perform better after certain soil teas or fermented plant applications. Now we know it's a combination of microbial life and soil biology at work. While FPJ is pretty forgiving, there are a few tips that can really make a big difference. First, use a variety of plants to create a broader nutrient profile. Next, make sure to monitor temperature during fermentation. If it gets too cold, the microbes will slow down. And if it's too hot, they might, die off. Apply consistently, but avoid overdoing it. A little goes a long way. Also, record your observations in a notebook or digital log. It's actually pretty satisfying to see your results over time. By following these steps, you'll not only boost your plants, but also develop a deeper connection with your garden. FPJ encourages a hands-on, thoughtful approach that makes gardening both effective and enjoyable. Once you integrate FPJ into your routine, you'll start to notice some cumulative benefits. Soil structure improves as worms and microbes really begin to thrive. Plants become more resilient to pests and disease because they're just healthier overall. Fruit and vegetable yields increase, and you don't have to resort to chemical fertilizers. This method is sustainable, cost-effective, and, honestly, rooted in tradition. By reviving techniques from old farmers' journals, we're reconnecting with time-tested practices that respect the ecosystem while delivering some pretty impressive results. The worm feeding trick is, well, more than just a gardening hack, it's a philosophy. Feed the soil, nurture the microbes, and the worms will do the heavy lifting for you. With the step-by-step guide above, including the right plant choices, fermentation process, and dilution ratios, you now have a practical blueprint for creating your own garden boost. Remember, precision really does matter. Use the right ratios, apply consistently, and make sure to observe the effects. Your plants will reward you with richer leaves, stronger growth, and, more bountiful harvests. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into old farmers' secrets, make sure to subscribe to Soil Sage Chronicles for more actionable gardening insights. Share this guide with fellow gardeners and start a conversation about what works best in your own garden. After all, the best gardens grow not just with care, but with shared knowledge.